from that song, you know, we know about the gym situation, which got worked out. Was there anyone else you heard was upset over being mentioned in that song? Like Game, I know Game.
Nah, he Game
he didn't care?
But I came out with another song called Take It Like a Man.
I think I remember that.
Bad Boy is finished, Death Row is finished, Rockefeller is finished. All these old rappers trying to advance, it's all over now, Take It Like a Man. Wu-Tang is dead. I was talking crazy. I had shot a video and I had a piece of paper with all the old, I don't say old, but all of the older labels, right? All these movements, and I put it in a casket.
Oh.
And I went and shot the video in the funeral home, and I had people in there crying and shit like that because, like I said, you know the thing about the internet is they don't let you live shit down. They don't let you grow. Right? It's like, oh, you was on some this, that, this, and that. What about, yo, we talking almost 20 years. Literally almost 20 years. In real time, not dog years. We talking literally almost 20 years. And you gotta understand, like when you just getting out and you feel like you really that, and you think that this is your way in because ain't nobody else coming to make it happen for you, you figure out a way to do it. So I was talking crazy. Upon that, the only people that ever said something to me about anything that I ever said on a record was Raekwon, Diddy, Styles P.
Okay, what did Raekwon say?
I was on the phone with one of my homies and he said, yo, Ray want to talk to you, man. And he got on the phone. It's a three-way. He said, "Yo, peace, Lord." You know that Ray talk. Peace, Lord. He said, "Listen, man. You know, I'm just letting you know that. You know." He was telling me. He said, "You know, I know it feel like a lot. My clan might be dysfunctional, but we ain't all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm basically the same type of nigga as you." And I respected it.
Okay.
I respected it.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, he was saying to me like, you know, don't get it fucked up. Like I respect you, but understand we on the same type of time too. Like, you know, don't get me mixed up with whatever you think maybe the image or whatever. And I understood that because it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. You see what I'm saying? Nobody ever approached me on no aggressive, because it's no way to approach me aggressively without me feeling that way, and then I gotta now respond that way. You know what I'm saying? So, Diddy,
I gotta hear the Diddy part. I
told this story before though, right? I was standing in front of Atlantic Records, and I hadn't signed yet, and I was up there, and I seen a car pull up, and Diddy walked in with his bodyguards, and he used to be with one of the bodyguards, Uncle Paulie. And they walked in, and he sent them back out, and he said, "Yo, Puff wanna holler at you." And this is one of the times that I feel like my ignorance got the best of me. And I'm being 100% honest with you.
Okay.
I'm feeling like, when I think about that situation, it's like cringeworthy, because I feel like I was being ignorant when I shouldn't have, because nobody really explained things to me. So when I walked in, I didn't see him. He was like standing behind a beam, and he spent around. he like spent around, like he was standing in front of me. He said, "Yo, Playboy," he said, "Yeah, you said Bad Boy is finished." And you know, at the time, I'm coming with a lot of reputation. You know, probably at this point in my life, like I really had the strength in my neighborhood, the way I was talking. I was really who I was saying I was. And I was like, yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, when I shouldn't have done that. When you approach a nigga now, what'd he tell you? "Oh man, it's only music, man. That's It's just social media. And create an ally. But what I was doing, I was standing on it like, yeah, man, you know, that's just, you know, that's how I feel, bro. Like, whatever, like an ignorant child.
Were you by yourself at that point?
No, I wasn't by myself, but I didn't have a whole bunch of people with me neither.
Okay.
And he said, yo, man, you know, we know a lot of the same people. And I basically was like, all right, they know me, because I know he was talking about, like, you know, he was talking, you know, about Rube and D-Rock and them, you know, guys that I grew up with. And I look back at that, and I talked about this. Me and you talked about this before on your show, you know. But this is the first time I really went in depth about it.
Yeah.
When I think about that, I should have been a lot more mature with the situation, because it's not like he was approaching me aggressively, but he was speaking like a man, like, yo, homie, like, this is bad, boy. You think we really dead? You know, but we live and we learn, bro. Every day we live and we learn. You understand? And the thing is, me and him wound up getting cool later on, and we wound up having a relationship later on to the point where, you know, we've been on songs together, you know, shit like that. So it was like, you know, that was dumb.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have had that conversation with him at that point, because I remember there was this one time, I talked about this on Matt Hoffa's show, like about a week ago, where the Cassie nude photos had leaked out. This was early internet, like 2009. And I was one of the sites that put it up. And my man called me up, and he was like, yo, Diddy wants to talk to you. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. And he's like, you don't want to talk to Diddy? I said, nah, because he's going to be yelling at me over the phone, and I don't do well with men yelling at me. So, nah, I don't want to talk to him.
Oh, no. I don't know nothing about yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would have been concerned, if, you know, in your situation,
right.
I would have been concerned to walk into his territory with his bodyguards on his ground and him being disrespectful.
You know
what I'm saying?
Nah, none of that happened.
Right, and that was good.
But at the thing,
But what would have happened if he started like yelling at you and talking down to you?
You gotta understand me. I'm taking that ass whooping. I'm taking it.
You're gonna take it.
I'm gonna take it, but understand that's gonna come with something.
Right.
I ain't doing no posturing. You very early on, you came to my neighborhood with me.
Yep.
You understood, and I showed you, right?
Yeah, I saw the movement.
Understand.
The hustle hard movement.
So
and
at
everything,
this point, I would have took all that. If that was what my fate was, and if that was what my karma was for me running my mouth, I was taking that. But it's just that when I look back on it, from the person I am today, and how we, you know what I'm saying, years been passed, I'm grown, I've learned how to do business, I learned how to nurture relationships. So I'm like, damn, that was dumb, you know? But even still to this day, one thing I can't deal with, I couldn't deal with anybody approaching me in an aggressive manner, yelling. That could never happen. That could never happen. Because at that point, it has to escalate. It has to.
Yeah, that's why I avoid certain situations.
Right. So now that's never been my issue. Now, in no situation.
And finally, Styles P.
Same thing. He asked me straight up, you got a problem with Jadakiss? Because I had a song where I was talking. I said Jadakiss was my favorite rapper, and some shit. It was about him when the beef with 50 was going on. I think I said it was a song called Troublemaker, and I think I said Kiss used to be my favorite rapper, but it hurt me to see him cop pleas to 50. Some shit like that. Trolling. And me and Red Cafe went to the studio, and he said, hey, bro, before we even get into this, because you got to remember, people didn't know me yet. This is the first time people starting to see me. There's no high hater, no record deal, no nothing. He said, yo, look, you got a problem with Kiss? I said, I ain't got a problem with Kiss. He said, nah, I just want to know if that was, if that was personal or whatever. Like, and he was a G about it. He was a man about it. You understand? Because he basically said, like, you coming in our house, I gotta at least ask you that. I have to ask you that, because What I look like, you coming in here and we knowing you said that and not said nothing. And I respect that because niggas do that all the time. Niggas get on the records and talk about each other and then see the nigga and act like they ain't heard it or they ain't see him.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Not at all.
If I heard, like recently I ran into
Yeah.
DJ Head in LA.
Yeah.
And he had said a bunch of stuff about me. When I walked up to him, I said,
Right.
listen, man, I respect what you do. What you're doing with TDE is dope. I just don't think we should be tearing each other down if we're in a similar business. He goes, nah, I didn't really mean it that way. I just don't agree with, some of the tactics, but I like what you do. And I'm like, cool, that's that.
Nah, 100%.
We keep it moving. But
Nah.
I felt I had to talk to him. We couldn't just
100%.
be in
That's
the same.
being a man about it.
It was like bothering me that we were in the same room and I'm not saying anything.
You gotta address it.
Yeah.
That's being a man about it.
Right.
Right? Because it would bother my conscience if I know somebody said something about me or did something to me and I didn't at least have a conversation with them. You know what I mean? And I think people get it wrong. Like, it don't always gotta be a gangster approach, but it's a man approach. Mm-hmm. Hey bro, you got a problem with Kiss? Not aggressively, but like a man. It's a straight up question. And he did that. I love P. We worked together many times. Many times. Many times.
Yeah, Styles P's dope, man.
100%. Got respect.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, it's love and respect. So this is just a clear understanding of what it was like in that era when I was talking crazy,
Well, you're still here, man.
Still here.
You made it through all that.
Yeah.
And you actually became cool with most of the people he talked about.
Every one of those people, me and Raekwon became real good friends. I remember when the 40 Belows first came out. He said, "Yo, Lord," I was like, "Man, I'm trying to get these 40 Belows." He said, "I know where they got them at." I said, "Word?" He said, "I'm gonna go grab you a pair." He grabbed me a pair. Told me meet him somewhere in Jersey. I met him. He gave him some. I tried to give him the money for him. He wouldn't take the money. I remember me and Raekwon came to hang out with me one time. He came up here and he said, "Yo, man, I'm coming to hang out with you." And I came to pick him up. I was in a black Bentley. I had a black Bentley, a Spur back then. And we jumped in. We went and we hung out at Uptown. This is back when Made in Mexico used to be called Vintage. We had a good time. And we left. It was me, him, and a girl. And I got into an accident. Smashed the Bentley up.
Damn.
Raekwon was with me in the Bentley. And I always remember him saying, "Nah, God, not the well. Not the well. Not the well. Oh, man, Lord, not the well." Crazy. But me and Ray got a cool relationship, though.